What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, and welcome. It's new map day. We've been over on Judith Plains for quite a long time, and I really wasn't planning on changing maps until, well, this fabulous Italian map dropped over the weekend, and, well, you kind of know it's right when you know it's right, and it's right. So we're moving. We've moved. Judith Plains is still there. I didn't delete the save. Mods are still hanging around. We might go back. We still have whiskey after all. We're making whiskey over there. We got lots of cows going on over there. But yeah, this map deserves some attention since it released off the mod hub. I suspect lots of folks won't even know a darn thing about it. So the more attention this map gets, the better. Because this is, in my opinion, a map that everyone should download if you're a PC player and just see what is possible when you go fully custom. Everything is custom on this map. For those that aren't familiar, we've got a download link to download the map in the description. I was going to, but I didn't have an opportunity to put a link to my map guide also in the description, but I'm sure if you search the name of this map, my map guide will probably hit pretty high in the search results. So you can check that out there. It's got several thousand views. Just published it over the weekend, so that's doing really great. We are here on Farm C. I put a basic question out in my map guide. Said, where should we start? And the suggestion was here. It's a big dairy operation. We have 2 cow areas. I've got cows in stable 2. I've got buffalo in stable 1 because we have a dairy here. And this dairy is, well, it is a buffalo dairy. I don't know if they have buffalo in Italia or Italy, but we do here. We also have chickens on the farm. We are just getting started. I modified these fields so they have wheat. That way we'd have straw and wheat for the chickens. But just look off in the distance, man. Look off in the distance. This is a very hilly map. Lots of terrain changes. Rather difficult farming. Might be right up some of your all's alley. You know, we're talking about riding trails. Highlands Fishing, right? We've got a very interesting brand that's been announced with Highlands Fishing. That here in the States is kind of known for its side-by-sides and its trail riding machinery. It'll be really interesting to see what they bring. Boss man, there is production like crazy. We have placeable apples. We have white grapes. And we're not talking about apples as far as like a apple plantation that you place. We're talking about placing apple trees like you would place grapes or olives. Right, so let's go back here to the PDA and we'll take a look here at our crops. Right, so we have white grapes and we have apples. I don't know if there's apples on this save or not. Let's look. Toggle, 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 toggle. All right, yeah, we got apples over here. Let's go look. Visit. Apple trees. So in build mode, you come up here to factories, toggle over to cultivation. We have our white grapes that we would draw out, right? And then we also have our apple trees that we would draw out. So I really like this implementation of apple trees. I feel that fruit trees are a complete miss in Farm Sim. In Farm Sim 19, we had grapes, we had olives, right? We drew them out. We made rows. Why did we never develop into fruit trees? You know, pears, oranges, apples, plums. Name the fruit tree. Why do we not have it like this in the base game? We should, quite frankly, but we don't. And then we have the appropriate hardware to harvest said stuff. So we have a modified Grigor, that's what we're going to call it, harvester set up with white grapes and apples. We have white grape New Holland, and we have the grape liner that's also set up for white grapes. But then we have this really cool, we're going to try it out at some point. This is an apple harvester. You hook it up to your tractor right here, 3-point. You run your apples through this kebabulation, and apples will go up the conveyor belt, dump into here, and you're off to the races. What can you do with the apples? Well, let's go check it out. We have a fruit juice production where we can bring apples and make apple juice. We also get fruit waste, grape juice, and raisins, of course. We have a winery where we can make red wine, white wine, not rind. We've got our bakery. We have a mill, pretty standard there. We have 2 dairies, a big town dairy, and then a small farm dairy. Compost. So we have a composter over by the big BGA. We can bring fruit waste, grape production waste, olive production waste. Solid digestate is also an input. We have an oil mill, but it's only going to make olive oil. We can make pasta with flour and eggs. We have the big biogas plant on the map that also takes olive production waste and wood chips, amongst all these other things, right? Then we have a BGA at our main farm, pretty standard BGA there. And we've got a sawmill that also makes firewood. I don't think anything requires firewood as an input. I think firewood is just a new production byproduct. So let me go to what I should have done but didn't honestly have time to do earlier. I'm going to update the description with my map guide. So that's been updated, and there's a link to it. Don't watch it now. Watch it later, because we're busy. We're busy doing fun stuff. All right, so apple trees. Really cool implementation there. Anthony, I don't know really how well the AI harvests fruit trees. I'm not one to really use the AI for much. Angel, thank you for the sub. You think that's steep? There's our harvester trying to keep this thing level. This self-leveling stuff really is cool. Alright. We start out with this little doohickey over here at the main farm. We're gonna haul eggs around with that thing. I haven't moved stuff around yet. Jeez, this thing's like an Italian sports car. It just wants to take off. Ravenhawk, that's fine. The Great Landini will win because it's great. No, Ravenhawk, because it'll break down. They'll be sitting alongside the road. Probably is on the main road. We have not driven on any main roads yet. There we go. I didn't have any issues driving it. I think it's fine. Yeah, I figure there's AI traffic running along this main drag. Yeah, here comes a car. Right, so we got the main drag here. There's another car. We got ice cream, or is it gelato? This is a really cool area. This is a, well, it's a pool on top of a winery that's overlooking grape fields or grapevines, whatever you want to call it. Right? I mean, look at that. Pretty sure the EDO mining guy is like an architect by trade. Because all these buildings are custom built. Everything is custom. Except for two things. Alright, so here we have a cool little town area. The only two things that aren't custom are right here. We have a farmer's kiosk, small and medium. Where are we at? We're over here. Do. That's where we were. This is our humble starting farm location. Right up the lane, we have this mansion. And it's pig, sheep, and goats. There. I mean, come on. Right? And then we're over here. So this is our humble dairy farmer's house. We have a small horse stable. No horses. Bale storage. We have cluckety-cluck chickens. We have a workshop area here, complete with a servicing bay so we can get up and underneath. Now this dairy is set up for buffalo mozzarella and bottled buffalo milk. So we picked up some buffalo. And we have them here. And then across the way, we've got some cows for traditional milk. There, we got silage bunkers. We've got a BGA here at the farm. And we just overlooked the whole map. Really awesome. All right, let's get back to the business. Wow. Like I said, I try to set this up on the rush. Where is it? There it is. Let's go feed our chickens. Like, which trigger does what? And then we have our silo. Right, really cool. Really cool architectural setup here. Then we have doors so we can put stuff in there too. I don't know, Anthony. You'll have to try and report back. Wrong buttons. I don't know what baler I'm going to use. rounds might indeed roll away, but would that add to the fun and the challenge? This harvester's great. What a great piece of machinery. Yeah, keeping the harvesters level is important to efficient harvesting. Everything works better when it's nice and level. Indeed, we have moved from Montana to Italy, at least for now. The swap is for mixed rations. What's up, David? How's it going? So, Shades Layer, or is it Shade Slayer? Sim Gaming Expo is the first weekend in September. September 5th, 6th, and 7th, if I am not mistaken. It's going to be held in the greater Chicago area, and it's going to be the first ever Sim Gaming Expo. It's going to be a gaming convention centered around simulation-based gaming, like farm sim, racing sims, truck sims, flight sims, train sims, any sort of, I guess you could say, occupational simulation, as well as other simulation type games. There'll be lots of folks there, special guests, content creators, people in the industry of sim-based gaming, lots of manufacturers there as well. Anthony, I am right now playing with a keyboard. So you get more information by going to simgamingexpo.com. Earlier on in the month, they did have a promo running with respect to 10% off your tickets with the registration code of early10. I'm going to be there amongst many others. Now I will use a wheel at some point, but typically the only time I'm using a wheel is when I am in cab, and at that point it's pretty easy to tell when you're using a wheel because the wheel's not jumping around like crazy. Angel, are you running the latest version of the game? Did you download the map from the author's itch.io site, or did you get it off some other junk website? And is that one of the maps where you have to unzip it? I forget. But I do have a whole segment in my map guide for Judith explaining how to download and what you need to do once you download it. Let's talk about Balers, right? What might we pick? I don't think I'm gonna go with the small Baler. It's maybe a little bit too small. I don't know, we might go with something exciting. David, yes, it is. Pretty sure that's a map you have to unzip and then put the contents of the zip into the mod folder. All right. Oh. What about the forestry map that came out today? Kind of an interesting, oh, we're not empty. Kind of an interesting setup. The map that came out today needs an update. Something weird going on with the ground. Like, everything deforms too much. Yeah, Mr. Dio, I just been waiting for something that sparked my interest to drop. RC, we are not using the texture pack. This is exactly how you get it when you download it from the author's site. Let's try to do a little driving like this. Drive on the fence. I mean, I know there's another American map in testing, making its way through testing. Very basic, very ag-focused American map. Should be fairly popular with lots of folks who are just looking to do some farming on some large, fairly easy to work fields. Oh, we can't see very far in front of us because we're going up a stupid steep hill. Jeez. I can't comment for this map because I haven't seen the HD textures. For me, I'm fine with the way the map looks. I know I did do a comparison of the HD texture pack for the Italia map back probably in Farm Sim 17, and it made some textures really nice, but other textures weren't affected, and sometimes it was where you had high def textures right next to low def textures. But again, that was a different map, a different game. Right, so can't really draw a good comparison between the two. But then it's also possible that depending on your resolution and your graphics settings, that a high definition texture pack could negatively impact your performance. There's been a lot going on recently about GPUs with 8 gigs of VRAM, and is 8 gigs of VRAM really not enough in 2025? Well, if your GPU's got 8 gigs of VRAM, it's possible a high def texture pack might put you over the edge, and your game looks and runs worse because of that. Have you ever seen issues where like the textures inside are kind of blurry, or the textures on the outside of a vehicle, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're blurry? Well, it's typically a result of texture caching and texture swapping. Delilah, it is moving day. We've moved to Italy. Joseph, are you using a texture pack, or does it look amazing just standard? I mean, as a frame of reference, we're streaming at 1440. We play at 1440. I play at a custom very high settings. I've published a video about the settings that I use. I don't crank the settings as high as they possibly could go, because I want to leave a little bit of overroom or overhead for video transcoding and encoding. That if all you're doing is playing, then you don't have to really worry about it. So if you've got the power, Joseph says that the texture pack is impressive. So there you go. That's from someone who's had a chance to see it. All right, but we use custom. We can't go into it, but it's custom, very high settings. Lots of things are maxed out. Some things aren't. Does this video compare them at all, or is it just here's the map preview with HD textures? I think at this point we're going to go across the field. Oh, okay. I don't think I mentioned it in my video. I meant to, but I tend to get distracted with trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. The map plays very well on low-end stuff. I was surprised at the performance I got on my test system. I was getting frames 30s to mid 40s, depending on where I was. That was at 1080p on a system that basically has integrated graphics. So thinking of it being comparable to a Windows handheld or possibly the Steam Deck. So I'd say you probably would be able to run this map on a Windows handheld or Steam Deck. Use my custom medium settings, and you'd have pretty good gaming experience. Oh, that's what that is. I was like, what is that? Where are we at? Yeah, this map is precision farming ready. I mean, technically every map is precision farming ready. Because if the map doesn't have its own soil map, precision farming includes 6 soil maps within it. 1 for each Giants base map for FS25, and 1 for each base map that came in FS22. So this particular map is using the generic soil map that comes with the precision farming mod, so it doesn't have its own. So, through the magic of the dev console, let's see what that looks like. And while we're waiting, this video is brought to you by Paul Nadon Jr. and Schultz Modding. Thank you for being farm barons. So there you go. There's your soil map. If I'm not mistaken, is the Hope Belaroon soil map from Farm Sim 22, which is what the generic soil map is. Also on the PDA, we have this QR code to take you to the map author's Discord. We have 3 farms located here with icons as to what's available at all 3. And then a nice little disclaimer to if you've downloaded this from somewhere else, then get it from its proper official source. There you go. There's the soil map. It does not randomly assign one. The way it works is it depends on what base map was used. All right. So let's go up here. Scroll through the log. And Alright, right here, you can't really see it. But there's a line that says load soil map C:/users farmer K documents my games farm sim 25 save game 15 precision farming _ soil map GRLE. Okay, so it's loading it from the save game at this point. But if you didn't have a save game, then it would basically say if it was loading it from either the precision farming mod, so it'd give the path to the mod, or it would give the path to the map. And that's how you know it's got a custom map, or at least it has a map, soil map in it. In my precision farming videos where we explain precision farming and how it all works, we do go and expose all 6 of the soil maps. But basically there is a US soil map for Riverbend Springs, there is a European soil map for Zivanka, an Asian soil map for the Asian map. We have a soil map for Silver Run Forest. We have a soil map for Elm Creek, for Hope Belaroon and Erlangrad. And let's say the map was built off of Riverbend Springs. you'll be able to tell it because it'll basically say soil map underscore US or soil map underscore EU or AS. And typically, if one's not pre-placed, it's going to look and see if it thinks that you are running the Riverbend Springs map or a map derived from Riverbend Springs based on certain file names of the XML within the zip file. If you don't download the Swan, then you just won't be able to harvest apples with it. It's a super cheap apple harvester. That's all it is. I don't recall if they applied precision farming to grapes and olives in 25. It did not apply to grapes and olives in 22. So the Swan is right here. It's a $6,000 really small apple harvester. If you don't intend to do apples, then you don't need to worry about it. Included with the map is the modded Grigor that also does apples. That's the only other thing that will do apple harvesting. We'll probably get into apples at some point, just for trying it out. Alright, after this, I think we'll figure out what we're going to do for mowing. And get some grass down. We need to start making some silage. And some hay. Who else out there is playing on the map? And yeah, which farm are you playing at? We starting at Farm B, your starter farm location. Pigs, goats, and sheep. Farm A. Or are we over here at Farm C? Farm A. Humble beginning. Backbone also on the A farm. Well, the map has multiple farms, yes. You can obviously choose which farm you start at. Farm A is where you start, tied to Farmland 1, and you get Farm 3 while you're at it. So you have these two fields and this little operation. Farm B, right down the lane. I almost feel like Farm A is a satellite of Farm B myself. And then you have C. That's where we are. Farm B has a bakery included with it. Farm C has a small dairy operation included with it. Sawmill also has you making barrels, wine barrels. Yeah, each farm is a very different setup. I kind of look forward to seeing what this place looks like at night. All right, let's see what we got mowing wise. What kind of power does this tractor have? 110 HPs. That's it. Can I make it bigger? Whoa. I can make it green. Alright, I cannot make it bigger. But I can buy this one. With big engine, give me more power. More power. Why would you do that? Oh, you annoy me so much. I like my clapper. Clap, 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 clap. Now we have some power for our mower. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it can only turn. What the heck are we hitting? Oh my gosh, the world's coming to an end. I'm sure its turning radius is somewhat impacted by the fact that it has the leveling system. Now, that is a nice mower, for sure. We're talking about this. You attach to the rear of your tractor, but then you use reverse drive like on a Valtra, and then drive in reverse. This becomes your front mower, 7.3 meter working width. We'll probably go with something a little bit more $120 plus that. Or just that. We might try this. This. And see if that works. All right, let's go grab our Bale trailer, or header trailer. 2-for-1 job, eh? Will this fit? I don't think so. We'll find out. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay. Let's make our way over to the shop. We're gonna have to pick up a wind rower anyway. Let's take a different road than we took getting over here, maybe. A nice little pond over here. Forest. Anyone been to Italy? From Italy? I'd be curious for how representative this is. We're gonna go the long way. Just to see more of this fine map. The dairy is over there. We have our, there's our dealership. Animal dealer is over there too. Our farm is up there. On the hill, you can't really see it anymore. Yeah, the collectibles. I showed you where one of them is in my map video. Oh, there's the all of that. Oh, oh, bitches, they're bitches. There's the winery up on the hill. Oh, there it is. Alright, well, I'll show you where one of them is. Maybe it's the one you already found, maybe not. But look at that. I mean, that is one of the coolest New Holland dealerships I've ever seen. Okay. Winery. New. Here at the mill. There you go. Oh my gosh, she doesn't have a front 3-point. Alright, we'll take the path we took when we were starting with the harvester. Yeah, there's one on Farm A too. There are 10 of those scattered around, and they talk about various bicycle manufacturers in Italy. And it's like a spike sprocket on a stand. You can use easy dev controls to hunt them up. It's not a guaranteed $1 million. It varies based on the map configuration. English, please, if possible. So this is the oil mill. But the only thing the oil mill does is olive oil. So I don't remember what we got. Oh, we got like $10,000. So you may get 10 grand each. So it may equate out to 100 grand if you find all 10. The last one may pay out a higher bonus. It all depends on how things are just configured. Alright, so it looks like non-map grass is not mowable. I feel like this is definitely custom. It doesn't look like standard grass. Yeah, we'll see how well this does because the tractor's a 180 and it's pretty darn close to what these two mowers were set for. So it's a bit of a stretch. So yeah, right, we are sitting at 180. And we have 60 plus 120. It's 180. Because we got to power both of those. So in theory, theory, this will do fine on flat terrain. But it may be a little underpowered on hilly terrain. You're having to downshift, struggling a little bit. So on the super hilly stuff, we'll try to mow across the slope. And if I pick up a round baler, I'll definitely windrow across the slope. Probably spend time tomorrow looking at mods for some older stuff, maybe some European stuff. Yeah, we can only go about 7 miles an hour up the hill. It's fine. It's because it's a Fiat. There we go. I mean, if you could also have gone with a front mower and the side mower. That's a combination I've used before. Go with this, which is at 100 horsepower. And you can mix it with this one, so that's 160. We beached it. I mean, whatever gets the job done, Ravenhawk. Right? Whatever gets the job done. We don't judge around here. No, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to farm this field. Down here by the pond. Right? That's some serious drop-off. Or these slopes over here. Now this one's not bad. But again, we're going to work around the contour here. I mean, if you gotta get the big dud, you can haul out the big dud, get triples on it. You'd have to teleport everywhere. The Macdon header should be, because it's a free float. Are you talking about the swather? That should be fine. Let's see here. You get that. Ho, ho, ho. 262 HPs, right? Load that engine out. And then this thing needs 230. So 262 plus 230 should give lickety split. Here's where I was trying to read chat and mow at the same time. I mean, what's up, Raznek? How's the trip? How's the drive up? Did you stop at Buc-ee's? Or did you go up 95? Don't tell me you went up 95. Avoid 95 at all costs. Last week the gas there was $2.67 at multiple stations at that exit. Probably your cheapest gas in Virginia. Pretty darn close to it. $2.63. I won't need gas probably for another week. I think I filled up last Thursday. Maybe Wednesday evening. Usually go about a week and a half. Alright, that's 2 fields done. Oh, 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 bad tree. I had stuck its branch out. I mean, it would be cool if this did something. Ravenhawk, that's the farm help's house. They got satellite TV. Look, they got all the amenities. That's a slope. Good to have a tree to run into. Thinking about making maybe this little field by that house into apples. When can we plant apples? Apple. We gotta wait till March. Well, in March we'll put apples in. We'll get them in October. That is a slope. probably heard some Tennesseans were around. Where are you going tomorrow? Oh, dang trees. What's that? Oh. What's up, Scooter? Ah. Rabbit Rob, 49-month member. Can I get in here? It's nice when stuff fits. The World War II Memorial is nice. Have you ever been to those? Alright, let's drive this thing back to the shop, eh? Something's squeaking on this tractor. We need to grease it. I tell you what. There's something about the Vietnam Memorial. I swear it's like just there's no sound. You get away from the memorial, there's noises, there's sounds. You get down in there and it's just silent. people all over the place, but there's no sound. We're going the long way again. 51 month. Oh, look at that, Rabbit Rob. You're always playing catch up to the scooter. Michelle Farms, welcome back. We're just about done actually, but welcome back. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Arlington, and then we had an opportunity to let's just say be there not as a visitor. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. Where are we at? Oh, we're over here. Nice. All right. What do I do if I'm trying to join my friend and he keeps stick at 10% thinking and won't let us join each other? Typically that's like a mod problem. I would try to set up the save with absolutely minimal mods, absolutely minimum if not zero, and validate that you can connect, and then start adding mods in slowly until you get to the point where you can't connect, and then you'll hopefully have a general idea of what you added that caused the issue. Seriously, attention to detail. Well, good luck with the museums. If I don't know if you have on your agenda to make it over to the Dulles Air and Space, but that's where all the nice stuff is, I hear. The shuttle, the Black Hawk. The big things. Oh, let me come down here. I remember I used to go crazy for trees that were leaning. Because so often on maps you would get all the trees are all perfectly straight up and down. But you know, in real life, you get trees that aren't straight. They grow crooked. Right? We need trees that grow crooked. Look at that one. It's absolutely stunning. that's with the standard texture pack. Well, if you haven't seen the dealership, hold on for a minute. You're in for something. There we go. There's the dealership over here on the left. I'll actually go in the circle properly. There we go. So look at this dealership, right? New Holland. So we have the New Holland emblem stylized here on this overhang. I don't know what you call this. Go inside, talk to your sales guy. Say, I'm looking for a tedder. I'm looking for a windrower. What do you got? What do you got that might suit the bill? How do I not have enough money? Oh, I've been thinking about getting a windrower and a tedder. Oh, that thing's loud. And this is the dairy. I mean, like, is there any doubt that this dude's an architect? We got our animal dealer. Various sell points. Productions. The little town up here on the hill. That's it, folks. That's for the night. Thank you all for coming out and watching. We'll plan to be back here on the Wednesday. Continue our gameplay. Keep an eye on the channel. If maps drop tomorrow, we'll be covering those maps. Otherwise, have yourself a great Monday night and a Tuesday. And until next time, you might just find me sitting up here on the porch, drinking me some wine. Maybe I'll be up here on the pool deck. Yep. Till next time, happy farming.